Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and today we are finally checking out Baldur's Gate 3. Coming at you from Larian Studios, the minds behind Divinity, and more specifically, of course, Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, which are definitely the games that catapulted them into everyone's focus. Both of those games were kickstarted, although Divinity 1 was the one that they needed a Kickstarter, and Divinity 2 was the game that they were like, yeah, we have development funds, but if you want to get the game, if you want to buy your copy early, it'll help us shore up some edges, maybe get some stretch goals going on, and you can get the game at a discount. And so both of those were exceptionally successful Kickstarters and game releases for Larian Studios. And then we found out that they were getting Baldur's Gate. They got the license to do Baldur's Gate 3 from Wizards of the Coast, and everyone was like, you could not have picked a better studio to do this. And you're like, yeah, you're right. Although I am going to say, Larian, I really hate one of the ways that you did this, and I will talk about it after we check out all the marketing to it, because there's one thing about this, and I understand why, but it makes me have a whole lot of the field ads. But we'll talk about that later. All right. So there is, and I am not joking, a massive amount of marketing for this game because it was in early access, and as they went through the early access process, they showed off a ton of mechanics and stuff. We are not doing all of that. We would be here for like an hour and a half. Link down below the like button is a link to their YouTube channel, which is where all these trailers are from, and if you want to go watch a whole bunch of them, you can. I grabbed the 6 most relevant, okay? All right, so we are going to go back to the original announcement. It is in ultra wide, and I don't have a setup here for ultra wide, so just work with me, okay? You don't look so good, my guy. Oh. As he's like, are those teeth? Oh. Oh, dear God. Oh. Hey, look, it's a mind flare. That's fucking gross. That was disgusting. Oh my God. Okay, it was really cool, but yeah, that was really gross. Okay, and that was the original reveal back in June of 2019. That was over 4 years ago. That was pre the no-no times. So now here's the opening cinematic that was revealed on February of 2020. So a little over 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. I'm sure this is fine. You know, just some mind flaying around. It's still really cool that we have a Githyanki as like one of the primary focuses of this. I don't know if they still are in like the current marketing, but I thought that was super cool back when this trailer first came out. Ew. Ew. That's disgusting. No! Oh! Not the eyeball! No! No! I hate eyeball shit! God! Ugh! I thought he was gonna put it in her fucking ear, but no. I was like, oh, that brings a whole new term to the word earwig. Ah! No! Oh God! Why? Ugh! Ask me if I enjoy Dead Space 2. Fucking hate eyeball shit. Here's the thing, it's just like putting into contact. The eyeballs are fine. Ask me if I have ever in my life worn contacts. I can't even watch people put in contacts. It makes my eyes water and freak out. Good job on good eyeball genetics. That's where you're wrong. I wore glasses for 20 years and then I had them shoot fucking laser beams into them, which was scary as shit and traumatizing as hell. I had horrible eyesight. It was really bad. Eyeballs or larva? That's cool. Laser beams. I would still choose laser beams. Shit. Good catch. Oh, well, that was cool. How'd you know where it went? I mean, Gith are really incredible. They're a really incredible race anyway, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, but... it's not going super well for your meat ship. That was super cool. That was super cool. Okay, this is the Game Awards 2022 teaser. So from December of 2022. But it reduces the chance of interaction with contacts. The laser beams or the larva? What are we talking about here? I don't want to do the laser beams again either. I might have to if I ever get cataracts someday, but right now... fucking laser beams. Oh. that thing gonna move? Or is it gonna fall apart? Wouldn't you like to know? Watch the reveal. Oh, okay. Here's the Game Awards trailer. So that was actually, also in December. Okay, so here's the Game Awards trailer. That was just the teaser. Gross.
Tell me, why have you come here?
Hey, look, it's an actual game.
Ourselves of the entire cult of the Absolute. We've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldur's Gate. You may just be the godsend we've been praying for.
You're the same as me. You have a mind flayer tadpole in your brain. Let's try to find a solution together before it's too late.
Oh! Oh no! Are you and Athena gonna co-op this? We've been talking about it, Moth and Wolf, but we also know that this game is going to be like 140 hours long, which complicates things.
Let's make this interesting. We fight, we die, and we just hope that when our time comes, there is someone else to take our place.
This place is fun.
There's someone I want you to meet. A friend who sees the world in simple terms. Not just a friend. A legend.
Let me out!
He's not the kind of man who takes kindly to captivity. The cult captured him. I almost feel sorry for them.
Is that Kratos? Oh, he just broke that mimic's jaw? Would that be his jaw? I was gonna guess that'd be his jaw. Yeah, we'll go with his jaw. Alright, so this is the release date reveal trailer from February of this year. We made it to 2023!
I'll tell you a story, true soul. My life was dismantled piece by piece.
So gross.
When I tried to buy it back, it cost me everything. I must finish what I started. Death's design will be complete.
You sound evil, bro.
Secret. Find out what it is that makes him invincible.
Wow, he does look like J.K. Simmons, doesn't he?
Off his advantage.
You're a pawn, a slave.
It's also his voice as well. Very cool. It's a Displacer Beast. I fucking love Displacer Beasts. Displacer Beasts are so fucking cool.
But you have something he doesn't. Allies worth having.
Together, we will strike down the Absolute.
Bow before me. Bow before the Absolute. Bow!
August 31st. Didn't this get changed? Isn't it coming out on like August 10th now? Because didn't they want to move it away from Starfield? Baldur's Gate 3 release date. Oh, fuck, it's so much fast. It got moved to August 3rd. Sorry, excuse me. They moved it forward damn near a whole month. That's why we're checking it out now and not at the end of August, because they moved it forward so far. Which one, like, good job. Good job for it being ready to go on August 3rd. But yeah, because they wanted to get away from Starfield. And it's because they're like, we're a really giant freaking RPG, and so is Starfield. We should not release within a week of one another, which is smart. But yeah, so here's the release teaser. Stop it.
Few mortals ever glimpse what you're about to see. But don't be alarmed. I'm here with you.
Cool.
Now, open your eyes.
Dude just kissed a tiefling. Oh, this is the trailer. Oh, maybe not. Okay, did they cut it out?
You are the chosen.
They must have cut it out of this one. Because this squirrel right here is reacting to, there was a scene that was shown off of where you can fuck a druid who is in bear form. So yeah, if you want to get your furry on, you can in Baldur's Gate 3. Oh Lord. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about the thing that makes me grumpy with this game. Okay, the PC version has been finished, so maybe Starfield reasoning, but they also didn't want everyone to have to wait even longer when they have finished optimizing the console ports. Also fair. So here is my largest complaint with Baldur's Gate 3, and it won't matter once the game is out, okay? And here's the reason, is this game has been in early access for a while, okay? And it already feels weird to me to have a game that is a story-focused game in early access, right? This is a semi-linear experience of a role-playing game. And not in the way that, like, Hades is, right? Because Hades was a roguelike, and so it's fine because, you know, you're building mechanics and you're just going to be restarting all the time anyway. This game, they only released the first chapter of the game in early access, and this allowed them to do a lot of testing and mechanics and stuff like that, which I appreciate. But here's the thing though, one, early access was full price, and two, early access progress did not carry over into the main game. And they explained why, of like the way that we're building the game. When we release the full package of the game, there's no way for us to bring the save content forward because they're just uncompatible with one another, because the final release is going to be so significantly different from the early access version, which I understand. But it also feels real shit, okay? Because like, it's such, you're just like, you are in every way making people pay full price for your game to beta test for you, which, like, I already know that some companies use early access as essentially a beta testing phase anyway, and I get that. But normally, either you can carry over progress or you're getting at a discount because you bought it into early access and you were buying an incomplete product. Neither of those things are the case here, and it feels real gross. I really would have rather, like, if you needed funding, which I know you said you didn't need extra money, which is why you didn't do a Kickstarter campaign of any sort for Baldur's Gate 3. I would have rather you done that, because the way that this went, felt real bad. Like, I did not touch it because it did not matter, because when it comes to story games like this, I largely play through them once and only once, and then I just move on from them, because most of the time when it comes to them, I would not change my actions. So there's not really a reason for me to play them again unless I have forgotten what happens. Okay? And so I did not touch early access because the fact that your progress does not carry forward feels like crap, and it was $60 anyway. Here's the other thing though. So that's my main complaint of why I've been so grumpy with Baldur's Gate 3 as like a product for the longest time. But there is something that I have hope for with Baldur's Gate 3, and they've not talked about it, which is really disappointing, because one of the things that they've talked about, Wizards of the Coast, who makes Dungeons and Dragons, which includes Forgotten Realms, which is what Baldur's Gate is set in, and this game is through and through meant to be a kind of like D&D simulator. All of the mechanics and stuff function off of D&D. You saw them rolling dice and making skill checks in some of these trailers. Wizards of the Coast has come out and said that this is the most faithful and realistic version of a digital form of Dungeons and Dragons that they have ever seen, and it is an immaculate creation of programming when it comes to having the options and realism of trying to make a digital version of the role-playing tabletop game Dungeons and Dragons, which is cool, right? In Divinity Original Sin 2, there was a custom campaign creator. It didn't work very well. It's one of the things I'll say. It didn't work super well, but it was there. You were able to try and build your own levels and build your own campaigns that you or other people could go through. And it was like, this could be the start of a way to do really, really cool online campaigns for Dungeons and Dragons, right? Because like a lot of people now play Dungeons and Dragons through digital means. You're all in a Discord call together. You're playing through something like Roll20 or Forge or whatever, right? I can't remember. There's another one that I like a lot, but of course my brain just completely forgot what it was called. Do I have a link to it right here? I wish I did. I do not, which is an absolute tragedy. It is a tragedy. Anyway, so with all that said, man, I wish I could find it because I just want to tell people what it was because I really liked it a lot. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm going to be scrolling while I'm talking, okay? And so, but one of the things that I was hoping for is that while we have this idea of a custom campaign maker. It's called Owlbear. Found it. Owlbear. Really cool. Highly recommend. Anyway, if you do online tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons or Lancer or Pathfinder or freaking Dark Heresy, whatever, right? I haven't heard them mention anything about a custom campaign designer in Baldur's Gate 3, which I feel like is an absolute tragedy because if they had a really robust custom game maker in Baldur's Gate 3, people could run their D&D campaigns in Baldur's Gate 3. I think the reason that they don't is because they want people to use D&D Beyond, and D&D Beyond sucks, okay? It's good for making your characters and not much else. But I would really, really like it if Baldur's Gate 3 at some point got the ability to do that, where I don't even care if you make everyone own a copy of the game, whatever. Make everyone pay $60 to own Baldur's Gate 3. They'll end up getting a fantastic game at the same time, but then allow them to also jump into custom campaigns with one another. The DM can just make this cool battle map and stuff, and their characters and everything can just be played in Baldur's Gate. Sounds awesome. Please make it. I'm in. I would love for that to be something that exists. But otherwise, Baldur's Gate 3 finally releasing August 3rd on PC, September 9th. I think is what it's set, September 6th, something around there. On PlayStation 5, there is not an Xbox version yet because the game, one of the integral things of this game is the split screen co-op, where you can have two characters, people sitting next to each other, playing on the game on the same copy of the game, and they can go to two completely different places in the world. We saw a little bit of it in these trailers. It's a super cool idea, so you can go off on your own adventures together apart. Somebody then to go take something back to town, someone else keeps exploring, whatever, right? Apparently, the Xbox Series S is struggling with that. The X can do it, but the S cannot. And Xbox requires any game released on their platforms to work on both consoles. And Larian Studios have said that the Xbox Series S just can't hack it right now. And so it will not be released on Xbox at this point in time, although Xbox developers are apparently assisting Larian Studios with trying to get the game to function in a acceptable state for Xbox Series S. But until they achieve that, if they achieve that, it will not be on Xbox. So right now, PC and PlayStation 5, not 4, just 5. And just keep that in mind if what you're looking at. So yeah, and of course, if it can't run on Xbox Series S, it's certainly not running on Nintendo Switch. But that is Baldur's Gate 3. Looks really cool. I'm very excited to play it. We might stream it at some point. Me and Athena, we do a cooperative stream on Fridays called Power Couple. And for the last year, we've been grinding our way Persona 5 Royal. And we've been talking about what to do next. And one of the things that we had talked about was Baldur's Gate 3. But the game is very, very long. And I don't know if we're ready to strap in for another year-long journey. But we'll see. But regardless, there's links to everything that I'm talking about down in the description below. And also down below the video is a comment section where I'd love to know your thoughts. How do you feel about Baldur's Gate 3? How do you feel about the way they did early access compared to their previous Kickstarter ventures? How do you feel about the idea of a custom campaign maker that you and your friends could play your own campaigns in tabletop D&D in? And how do you just feel about Larian Studios and Baldur's Gate as a whole? Let me know. If you would like to let me know elsewhere, hit me up on social media. Two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter, but I am now also on Threads and Blue Sky, so pick your poison when it comes to vertically scrolling, text-focused social media apps. I am there. And if you would like, instead, we can have a conversation on Twitch, because that's where this video is recorded, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you do watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.